And for the final time this season, it is Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gatto. Welcome to P1's Broadcasting signature presentation of Championship Tuesday. That's round 11, week 11, or excuse me, round 12, week 12 of season 1 of 2026 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, coming to you from Legacy, Texas Motor Speedway. Joining me in the booth, as always, is Luis Gonzalez Nunez. And Luis, we are all but decided on the points, and the champ is here because Clindy is in the booth with us. Please welcome our defending and now reigning series champion, Kyle Glidworth, is also in the booth. Gentlemen, great to have you here. Clindy, go ahead and kick us off. We got ourselves a 5.2 strength of field race tonight, so no slouches showing up here for the final race of the season.
Absolutely no slouches, Gary. We've got a couple of pros in the house. Robert Malechka III, the highest scoring points total champion of all time in this series, along with Adam Blocker, both reigning graduates of the iRacing Butt Kicker Pro Series, are here tonight, and we'll see if they can out-qualify the Votive Racing League duo of Mason Mitchum and Casey Povolonis, who currently have the front row locked up, and it looks like Malechka just bumped Mitchum off the provisional pole.
222 flat for Malechka. Here are the points, and Luis, what do you think of these? The points. Of course, you did the points graphic, so you're probably well familiar with these. But we still have a battle for second. We're pretty much convinced that P1 is locked up. Clindy is clinched. But we got a battle for second with Ty and Matt Hollenbaugh. Then we got Caleb, Anna, Casey Povolonis, the Prodigy, Indy, Kirkenbauer, Trey Shadid, Mason Mitchum, and Tristan Fortson rounding out the remainder of the top 10 here.
Yeah, actually, I double-checked last week to today, and these Povolonis are jumping from 10 to 6 on the championship. And some things over there changes, but not too much. And maybe in between Quilla and Matt Hollenbaugh is have a chance, even Curly Bashir, but it's kind of hard over there. But it's going to be a good race today, just for fun. After 11 weeks, stressful stuff. So I hope we'll have a good race today.
All right, and getting back on his broadcast shoes is Clindy. It's been a while since you've been in the booth, Clindy, but you know what? Let's give you the task of reading tonight's starting lineup.
Absolutely, Gary. See if I can knock the rust off and keep track of the rows. Starting up front in pole position is Robert Malechka III, affectionately known as King Robert III. He's won just about everything there is to win in this series and on iRacing in the IndyCar. And flanked to his outside is Mason Mitchum in the Votive Racing League team car. Row 2 will be Adam Blocker and Casey Povolonis, both of which made the Hoosier 500 back in December. Row 3 consists of Trey Shadid and Tanner Richards, both of which have blistering pace in qualifying usually, and we'll see if their racecraft can match tonight. Row 4 will be Brandon Frost and Indy Kirchenbauer, the Prodigy and the second Prodigy. Both of these drivers started iRacing when they were very, very young. Brandon Frost set the path to follow for Kirchenbauer, both of which have won in their young teenage years. Behind them comes Ty Keela and Tristan Fortson. Tristan's been on a tear this week, winning a lot of races so far over Monday and Tuesday. Keep an eye on him, whereas Ty Keela is second in points and looking to improve his total after he went on a tear and won something like 10 races at Michigan last week.
Jeez.
The row next is Richard Vasquez and Anna Klemek. Klemek is your Open Series champ. Behind them is Guilherme Miguel and Jose Fazaro, a couple of Brazilians who are going to look to send it early. Behind them, Elijah Gilson and Matt Hollenbaugh, also another player in the points, and Elijah, who's been putting in more reps this season than probably anyone else. I think he and Jose Fazaro and Brandon Frost have the top 3 starts this season. John Stellard, newcomer to the series, who got a podium at Phoenix, is bringing up the second to last row with Antonio Estrada, call him, and bringing up the rear, last but not least, Joe Robert and Crash Neon with the best name in racing.
All right, for the final time this season, Legacy, Texas, 75 laps. Here are your conditions. Let's go racing one more time. It's the Votive team versus one of the big heavy hitter super teams, Power Slide Racing up front. Here we go. Green flag is out.
Malechka is away, and they're going to file in single file behind him as they funnel into turns 1 through the top 4 positions, and they're side by side behind. Mitchum looks to the outside here, building a run, deploying the hybrid. Not enough to clear Malechka. You're going to find the leader stapled to that white line all night tonight. It's going to be very, very difficult to pass the leader on equal tires.
Yeah, IRL line in effect tonight. Low line is going to be the OP line. I don't see anyone unless we get in a very long run and you're able to pinch that car down to the low side. I don't see anyone really making an outside pass here.
Ty Keela making the move back there, going to get to the inside of Indy Kirchenbauer. Grace Shadid's the meat in the sandwich just ahead. He's looking to get split 3 wide.
They could take it 4 wide, they would. Oh, Ty gets really close to doing a little landscaping down there.
Wisely backs out of it, and everyone gets to live another set of corners.
Let's get down low. Here comes Mason Mitchum on the outside, and here comes Brandon Trost. Already up 4 spots. That should be shocking to absolutely nobody. And this is an old school rivalry that we're getting ready to see refired here. Lewis, we have not seen this since the days that you were racing in the series. We have not seen the battle between Malechka and Trost fire off here for a while.
I remember the one in Kentucky when a couple seasons ago when it's not a couple, it's many seasons ago, but in the final lap with Oster, I think was involved. I think Malechka won the race, or Trost won the race. I don't remember.
Trost won the race. He went to the apron and cleaned everybody out.
Yeah, so that's the day, and many others. So to be honest, it's really exciting to see this thing.
3 wide. Oh my goodness. Kirchenbauer's up top. The Prodigy has no place to go. In the middle was Ty, and to his inside was his technical teammate there of Matt Hollenball, and you just got to give him a little extra room. And they got tight there through the corner, but they sorted it out. But the Indy staying on the top side.
And you're going to see this frantic pack-like behavior for probably the first 20 laps of any run. After that, the tire savers will start to move forward through the pack and pick apart the drivers that really abused their Firestone racing tires.
Like a prime time, John Stellard, he's up 4 spots on the outside of the top 10 already in that Target livery, trying to channel again his inner Scott Dixon. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide off down the backstretch. That was Joe Robert making his first start here in the series. Crash Neon goes back to 18th. Casey Povolonis for a battle for position up in the mid-pack. He is up to 6 now. Adam Blocker, Tanner Richards. There's an old school battle right there between guys that have been around a very long time.
But a new scheme for Tanner tonight. He's got that cosmic brownie wrap on his Dallara IR18. It makes me think of sweeter days.
Yeah, this is got some sprinkles. Of course, Homer would love that. Sprinkles make everything better, Lewis.
I don't like a sprinkles, man. He does, man, to be honest.
Malechka holding on to that bottom line, not letting a soul try to get Pyam on the high side. Lap 9 coming to lap 10. So now we're I guess a good third of the way through this stint at Clindy. Who do we think's out there saving on the tires right now? Do you have any signs? And when do we think the first stops would occur? I would imagine on a 75-lap race, we're probably looking no sooner than lap 35 or so.
Yeah, you'll see 2 strategies. Anyone who wants to undercut will hit the pit road at 35, 37, 38 to cut the race directly in half. Anybody who's really good at saving their tires can push the fuel to 50, 55, or even 60 laps if it's an extreme save. But I would certainly bet that drivers would not want to risk the pace loss to those who undercut by staying out any later than 50 laps under green.
And Lewis, who normally undercuts in this lineup and gets screwed by it?
Now it's in the 3rd place, looking for be on the top. So yeah, I think Brandon always thinking about it is a good. Sometimes it's 50-50. Normally it never works, but if it works, it's like, oh my God, I did something good. So who knows? It's really good strategy. Always it's good strategy to come in and do the undercut. But if it's in green flag, it could be good actually. But if you have a yellow, for sure, no.
Mason Mitchum
Trost
still. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Trost and Richards are both known for extreme undercutting. They feel like if they're in the lead, they'll have control of the tempo of the race and have better tire wear for the second stint because they've got the clean air.
And those are two old school racers that have been around for a very, very long time. Up front, Robert Malechka continues the lead. Second is Mason Mitchum, and classes in session for Mason. Mason, he's Clinton, you've raced against him a number of times. I know you've worked with him a number of times. Recently, his racecraft is really starting to get up there. He's got a win in Votive that was awarded to him by the stewards, but got a win in Vor that was awarded to him on outright merit and pace and speed. And now classes in session as he's up against the master right now. In fact, he's surrounded by a group of Jedi Masters.
Well, Mason's no stranger to the Force himself. He's definitely probably an Imperial commander. If you know more about the Star Wars universe, he likes to liken himself, like his blue card, to Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh.
So we'll see if he can use that big brain and the fascination with art to see if he can find a way to finesse his way to the lead. He's got to be careful, though. He's leaving a big gap between himself and Rob down the back straightaway, and I've seen Trost try to size up a run to squirt right between them.
That's right, Grand Admiral Thrawn, his race in Star Wars, their blue skin, he's got that blue skin on. Maybe he should change the that orange trim to kind of that blood red of Thrawn's eyes. I don't know, that'd be cool.
I'm a fan of the Mudkip colors.
That'd be cool, that would be cool.
Oh, this is an opportunity for Mitchum.
Whoa, wow, watch Blocker to the outside. He took, you saw Blocker twitch. And then he twitched again when everything started to move around him. And apparently he was using the Force and sensed it and got himself out of it.
Don't look now. Here comes T-Rich ripping the high line. You can build a bunch of momentum up there on older tires, and it'll allow him to high-low or run a different line down the back straightaway to try to clear Adam Blocker. To third he goes, Tanner Richards.
IndyCars ran at Texas Motor Speedway 36 times, and in fact, some of the best IndyCar races of all time are on this configuration of Texas that you're watching right here. This is the unconfigured or non-configured version that we see with 24 degrees of banking at both ends of the speedways, and there were some real bangers back on the IRL days here. And right now we're watching one right now, side by side. Mitchum gets a nose ahead going into the corner, but can't quite pull off the lead. And here comes Tanner. He's just holding on to that high line, allowing all that momentum to bring him to the front.
If these drivers have anything for Rob Malechka, they've got to put a plan together to jump him on the back straightaway. It's really hard to get the leader on the front stretch because of the dog leg. They have the inside line, which is a shorter distance. Therefore, you can go much faster to pass him. Rob's tires are only going to get better and better as he remains uncontested in clean air. So these drivers in second, third, and fourth really have to scramble now as the field is well in line, single file behind, and the pack is starting to fade.
And here are some of these drivers that might have been saving on the tires as Trost is now back to 8th, but Gilson and Stellard up 6, up 7 respectively.
Justin Fortson's also up 3, and he's been wrapping that white line. He's been really diligent about saving tires in the races that I've done with him today. I really think he's a sleeper pick this afternoon.
IndyCar track record here. IndyCar track record here is actually held by Kenny Breck. There was an actual official qualification session here back when the kart series had their ill-fated Firehawk 600. That got canceled, but he qualified here at the speed of 233.4. IRL track record set by Billy Boat with the speed of 225. We were in the 222s for qualification, so that's about the speed we would turn if we were on the reconfigured version, and that was set by Charlie Kimball in 2016. The speed of 222.5. Career wins leaders here. Scott Dixon with 5. Stellard obviously trying to channel those 5 wins into another one here. Castro Evans with 4, Hornish and Newgarden with 3, and Power, Sharp, Goodyear each with 2.
Jimmy Johnson has a top 5 here too, if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah, he was schooling them on the high side when they were having that race here that They had a hard time passing everybody on the high side because of that awful JP1 they put down here. Yeah, he did a good job. He was schooling them on the high side here. Joseph Newgarden had a scary wreck here. He almost had head and cockpit to wall impact sliding down the front stretch after him and Connor Daly got into an incident. Jeff Ward got his only win here in that Target livery. The AMA motorcycler turned IndyCar racer. Malechka the leader, though. Mason Mitchum second. Tanner Richards third. Adam Blocker fourth. Casey Povolona's fifth. Your biggest mover still right now is Gilson, up 6 spots. And he's just hanging out on the outside of the top 10 here, Lewis. He's definitely saving those tires, as we are probably about 10 laps away from first round of pit stops occurring. And they've done a pretty good job at keeping it clean and green at this point. Started with 20 cars.
Yeah, not the good, because it's a good race in there. I follow Trost a little bit loose in the corner on turn 4 with the Gibson side by side. So I think the tires, for talking about the tires, Trost is kind of almost cooking, but is keeping in the pace. He was on third at some point, and then second, and then he now is on 8, and then it's coming Elijah Gibson to try to get that position.
Riding with Tanner Richards now as we are over the cupcake shoulder. Here we go into 1 as he is going to ride on the high side and getting all that clean air, Clinty. So, again, Tanner's been working the high side, and the benefit of the high side is that there's no one going up there right now, so he's getting clean air to the front of that Dallara, helping him turn through these corners. There is, despite the banking here, a lot of aero push.
Tons of aero push here, especially with these hot temps and the way these cars are trimmed to go fast. They're hitting something like 214 going into the corners, so, you can't sacrifice all that straight line speed for extra turn. The downside to running that high is that your car needs to go faster and burn more tire to keep up with the cars in front of you. So you need the clean air if you're going to be up there. You see the cars behind him that are trying the high side but have gotten a little more aero wash, can't quite keep pace with the front 3.
Matters out the back as now this field is starting to get strung out, as you kind of predicted. You said the first 20 laps would be kind of tight, and we saw that. It was kind of a pack race, and now as we get into this, his blocker goes up into the wall off of turn 2. He brings it down off him. It's going to open the inside up to Casey Povolonas, and the Big Cheese gets a shot over the Dark Knight and move up the Big Cheese to P4.
Povolonas with a really good vision there to take the bottom. The front 3 are so far away, he has better air there than he had on the top, but back to the top he goes, and the Dark Knight wraps the white line to try to get back by the Big Cheese. Yeah,
he grabbed a little bit of that white line too much that he wanted and got loose, but he kept it underneath him. Where's Adam Blocker, one of the engineers for Target Chip Ganassi's Indy Next squad. He's back from a race weekend, and behind Blocker is Treston Fortson. And then there's the prodigy, Indy Kirkenbauer. And again, we talked about how the prodigy is his career is kind of mirroring a little bit of how Brandon Trost is. And right now, the prodigy, at least the advantage over Trost at the moment. Up to P7, Trost back to P9, Clinty.
Yeah, and bad news for everyone back there. They are...
Adam Blocker's loose, going to the dry oval, and he's into the inside wall, and everyone avoids... and a Klimek!
And a Klimek.
Klimek got forgiven. That New Zealand netcode working in her favor.
Here is the view from Anna, and this is something you don't see very often. Is a mistake by Adam Blocker, and he got loose. Actually, what happened? We'll watch it again, and there was no place for Anna to go. Really, she found the only hole available to her. It was basically if that car was any wider, she would have had a problem there. Let's go back to see what happened with Adam Blocker. He's right with Povolonis, and arrow wash right up into the wall, and it sucked him in, Clindy, and then it bounces him off into the infield grass, and now he's just trying to grab hands of steering wheel to keep the car pointed in the right direction, and it just was not having it, and he loses the front end at the double dog leg, at the second double dog leg, or actually lost the back end, and around he goes into the wall.
Yeah, if he doesn't get clipped by Klemek, I think he has minimal damage and probably could continue. But the Dark Knight has fallen, and there will be no sequel to The Dark Knight Rising tonight.
Well, and on that, there's going to be, I'm going to guess, no fuel save now. This happened right at the point where we thought early pit stops would happen, and everyone's coming to pit road. So it's going to be another sprint from here on to the end, would you imagine?
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to see the same type of racing we saw from the first stint. However, the drivers know that they do not need to go long or go short. They know the distance to the finish now, and they know that they've already pit. So you're going to see drivers be much more aggressive here at the beginning of this run to work their way to the front to get the clean air. Malechka had just gotten to the point where he was going to start breaking away from others because his tires were in such better shape. And if I was a betting man, I would say he was actually running in map 2 or map 3 with Mitchum to his outside. And when he dropped down to map 1, he was leaving them in the dust.
And he's going to pick up the lead off the pit stops. I believe he has led every single lap today. Yes, he has. So he is 35 of 35, looking for that perfect run today. Lead every lap during the race, start from the pole, get the win. And does he have the purple lap? No, Trost has the purple lap right now, 220.9. So a rare Grand Slam still an offering for Robert on an oval. Grand Slams on the oval are very, very rare.
Yeah, and here it'll be very difficult for the leader to establish that fastest lap because the draft plays such an important role in building up that top speed. Had we seen green flag pit stops, Rob may have been able to get one by lapping past a slower car and ripping that draft, but we're going to go single file here. Turn those lights off the pace car and go green next time by.
Last time we were here, we were back on the new scan, Season 4, 2025, Round 3, Week 3. Clindy beat Seb in that race by 19 thousandths of a second, a 4.8K strength of field. Robert Malechka last won here back in Season 1 of 2025. We had a 5.2 strength of field, just like today. He was on the new scan. The last time we were on the legacy version of this track back in Season 2 of 2025. Round 1, Week 1, a 4.3 strength of field. Dave Mitchell won that race, his only top split broadcasted win to his credit. And that started off a pretty good campaign points-wise for him. And he was in the running for the points all season long. And it just shows you, Clindy, as someone that's won a number of these championships now, starting off the championship strong is very important.
Yep, getting a good foot forward makes it so you can focus on going all in to get big points at big tracks. You see Rob here starting on the inside and coming up to the wall, and away he goes to bring the field back to green.
Green flag, lap 37. Now 38 of 75. We're now into the second half of this race. It is Malechka, Richards, Mitchum, Povolonis, and Fortune, your top 5. Gilson up to 6th, Kirkenbauer 7th, Tyquilla 8th, and we're going to go 3 wide down the backstretch as Mason Mitchum's like, there's just enough room there, sure.
He analyzed the situation, found the opponent's weakness, and executed, just like Grand Admiral Thrawn. Look at him go. Mason Mitchum to 2nd, splitting the middle.
And again,
Justin Fortson not to be denied.
No, he's up in this battle, yes. Group of 5 all together. Looks like the Blue Angels in formation. But Malechka still leading. Run by Mitchum on the outside. Just getting edged at the line. And Brendan Trost resets fast lap 224.2. That just shows you how much faster they are in the draft in race conditions. 222 was the pole speed. And Trost 2 miles per hour faster than that in race conditions.
Fortson's up to 4th, and I don't think he's done yet, Gary. He's going to build a big run here. Actually, he lifts to save his tires here, so that's actually very smart. It's a patient move from Fortson.
We'll ride with Fortson. winner at Michigan in the Vote of Indy Oval Series a couple seasons ago. Now he rides right behind our leader and in P2 on the high side, Tanner Richards. In his ear, he's hearing outside, 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 still there, still there, still there. As they come through the double dog legs in the one, still side by side. And right now, these guys have the benefit of fresh tires. Remember, they have tire limits here in the fixed series. 3 sets of tires in the race, 1 in the car, 2 in the pits. Oh, we saw him lift, and we heard him lift as he goes up and almost makes contact right in the neighborhood with Trost. And the Povolonis there. Trost is going to go to the inside. He's just going to send it.
That's the move he did on the backstretch. He wants to get to the bottom of Fortson, but Fortson's not having it. They're going to get pulled along by the draft here and slot back in side by side.
Back in line for the draft. But again, we talked about this, Clindy, and you talked about Fortson backing off a little bit. Even though that there's a ton of downforce in these cars, this is the super speedway package, so it's the least amount of drag out of all the configurations of the IndyCar aero package. But even down on the bottom and with 24-degree of banking, with a car in front of you, you're still going to suffer aero wash. And backing off that throttle just a little bit by Fortson allows them to keep the car on the bottom and not scrub off critical rubber on those tires.
Yeah, quick physics lessons for everyone. Air resistance is exponential, which means the faster you go, the bigger the hole in the air you punch, and it's not linear. So every mile an hour is more and more and more than the last mile an hour when it comes to drag and wind resistance.
Trost taking a peek to the high side, and he just goes high enough that if he got a run, he would just go ahead and send it. And now he's pulling along on the high side. There you see him with the number 3. He is the 3rd-ranked driver in terms of I rating. He has over 1,200 wins to his credit on the oval and 1,500 starts.
I think he picked up 80 of those wins this season. Trost is looking to go 3 wide to get the lead. He'll go wherever they're not, whether it's the middle or the bottom. He's going to keep backing up corners to build a huge run and then put the nose of his car where his competitors can't block it.
Trost has over 1,200 oval wins. And he has over 5,400 starts. Probably closer to 5,500 now. I'm going to shout out one of your, Clindy, I'm going to shout out one of your teammates creeping up into the battle now, Tyquilla. He is now back up inside the top 10. And Matt Hollenball, somebody that is also a technical teammate of yours. But you were challenging. He's up into the wall off of 1 and 2 as he got squeezed up there.
That's why I don't talk about him, Gary. As soon as I do, something like that happens.
Well, he's up now inside the top 10. He's up 6 spots along with primetime John Stellard, who's at 11th, who goes underneath him now. So throw the top 11 or top 12, throw a blanket over him right now because there they are. Gilson into the wall.
Kirchenbauer checks up smartly. Everyone lives. I think Gilson's car is going to be okay once he recovers his speed from scrubbing off on the wall.
Everyone lives, and John Stellard picks up like 3 spots as a result. He gets a run on the low side of Tyquilla. Ty's going to slam the door, at least present enough of his car to slow down Stellard. Stellard takes a peek now to the inside at the second dogleg going into 1. He is still chasing down Tyquilla. Casey Povolonis in the battle just in front of him. He is up on the high side. He's in 6th. Tanner Richards. T-Rich comfortably riding in 4th now, kind of pacing himself, not being as aggressive as he was on that first stint since he got his car up to the front. He's on the high side of Fortson, getting a good run now off the corner. He's going to get the draft to Trost. Trost now up in the 3rd. Mason Mitchum still. I tell you what, school has been in session for Mason, and he has been learning all race long because he has not left the shadow of Robert Malechka since the green flag, Clindy.
Yeah, he's doing a better job this time of keeping Rob low on the exit of 2. If there's going to be a move, it will be there. It's very hard for the lead car to hold maximum pace. If you pinch them low out of the exit of 2, it'll allow Mitchum or others to build a run to either cross him over and pass on the bottom or just barely eke by on the outside.
Here's a look at the field going down the backstretch off the 24-degree of banking, and here comes Brendan Trost on the high side, getting a run with all the clean air. This race not over yet. We still got a long ways to go. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate you being here. If you're just joining us, this is P1's coverage of Championship Tuesday of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, coming to you from Legacy, Texas. We've completed now 53 of 75 laps. If you're enjoying tonight's coverage, like to monetarily support us, please find a link to our GoFundMe campaign in the stream description. We realize times are tough. Any donation, no matter the amount, is greatly appreciated. It's also pinned in chat. Did we see something exciting out there that we missed?
No, I saw that John Estella clinch the wall when the car is sticking in the wall.
Whoa.
Almost hit the
Wow.
wall again.
Yeah, he's loose. Let's ride from Ty
so-
Quilla's point of view. Watch this.
This is where language gets confusing. He's loose because he's pushing. He's not pushing because he's tight. He's pushing because he wants to get to the front.
Riding with Ty Quilla on the Robbie Gordon cam. Big lift for Ty. He gets the car
That's
to the
how you
bottom.
save the tires.
Here are your conditions. 130 degrees on the track temperature, Lewis. We don't see them this hot very often.
Yeah, we started with 110 or 115. It's getting more hot when we go to the end, and I think it's gonna be tough for the last 20 to go.
Here are last lap speeds. I mean, they're still up there, Clindy. 215s, 216s for much of our leaders. They're still up there moving. I mean, it doesn't seem like, despite the temperature of the track and the tire degradation, that we're quite seeing the level of degradation that we thought, at least at this point in the run.
Yeah, you really need to get 40 laps on these tires before you really see them suffer. So you'll see the savers start to move up right at the end of this race. It's just enough time for saving to pay off, but time is ticking and running out.
Oh, two cars at the wall, Richard.
It's Richards and Povolonis as we watch from Ty Quilla's point of view.
Oh, no. Looks like to be that Povolonis thought that he'd get a little more space on exit using all the track there to try to pass Tanner Richards, and just slides up into him, collecting them both down the back straightaway.
And this is kind of going to hurt Casey a little bit in the points battle. And yeah, he just kind of comes up into Tanner. And Casey, winner of our last race at Michigan. Unfortunately, his day is done. And so is T. Rich in the Cupcake car. That's the Brownies car, actually. But Sprinkles did not help him today, Lewis. No Sprinkles.
Not Sprinkles. Not at all. Nope. Not good.
I think if a lot of people come for tires here, it will be a very popular choice.
I was getting ready to ask. I was getting ready to ask.
Faster. I don't think Malechka or Mitchum will pit, or if they do, someone like Frost will stay out.
It'll be a pump fake. We'll see. Here, Mitchum stays out.
So does Klemek. Only two on that strategy. They are going to regret this decision. It's a big gamble, but it is not going to pay off.
Maybe I'm gonna say maybe Mitchum have something to hold it, but Anna, oh my god.
Keela is missing his front wing. It looks like he made contact on pit road with Tristan Fortson. Fortson now has 5 minutes required. Both of these drivers, Ty basically will be starting from the end of the longest line, and Fortson will be out of contention.
Fortson has, an extended stop there. We're going to watch, go back and see what happened here between these two. And Fortson comes into the stall and ghosting. Wow. Ghosting should have happened. And I don't see anything wrong with what Ty did, because ghosting should have been in place there. But he made contact, and that little bit of contact you just saw there, folks, that right there is 5 minutes worth of damage, and all it is 5 seconds for Ty because it's a new front wing.
I think the ghosting is inside, and the wheels of Forson is still in the basic track, so that's why also Taikula was outside. So.
More contact on pit road, getting to entry. It looks like Trace Shadid was bumped in a not so friendly manner by Miguel Guilherme. So choice words being exchanged there. Now what's going to be critical here is the first car with fresh tires getting to clean air. If Mitchum and Klemic can hold the bottom and the hip pocket positions, basically lanes 1 and 2, the fresh tires will be forced to go to the outside. What the play should be for them is to build a run through 1 and 2 and then cross over or build a gap on the backstretch. Try to get to the white line before the leader because they're naturally going to push off the exit towards the wall and not be able to wrap that white line.
Riding with Brendan Trust as he burns off extra fuel going down the backstretch, trying to lighten his car and make it a little bit faster here on this last run. Remember, tire limit, so a lot of these drivers went down and got that second set of tires that's available to them for the race. But it's going to be a very difficult restart with Mason Mitchum on 25 lap old tires along with Anna Klemic. Is Anna Klemic enough? Mason gets a great start there. He wastes no time. But is Anna going to be enough of a buffer for Mitchum to slow down Robert to prevent Robert from getting up there and racing on by Mason for this win? Mason goes up to the high side. He should probably go to the bottom, and here comes Robert Malechka. No,
wow.
That is no buffer whatsoever. He goes to the high side, and that's new tires.
New tires, new race leader, and the strategy will begin to crumble for Mitchum from here. If Trost gets by, he has no hope. He has got to cling on to clean air as long as he can.
You see down the backstretch, Malechka goes to the high side. He pulls, gives the draft a little bit, kind of a stock car type strategy of lending the draft to the other side and evening out and causing a little drag up front. But now Trost is on by, and Mason Mitchum loses a front wing. He loses his left front wing plane. He is now up in the wall. His race is done. Taikula sets the purple lap at a 2:25.6.
And look at this, prime time John Stellard in P3, looking for his second podium of the season.
He's looking for more than a second podium right now. He's looking for the win. And I think what John Stellard doesn't know, John Stellard doesn't know, he's never raced against Robert Malechka. He's not raced against Brandon Trost very much. He's just sending it. And also up there's Indy Kirkenbauer, and Hot Fuzz is there.
All new players here as we wind down. 10 laps to go at Texas Motor Speedway.
Hot Fuzz in the picture. Jose Fazaro, Kirkenbauer, Robert Malechka, Brendan Trost.
The old guard and the new here. All stacking up to see who will come out on top in this Texas-size shootout.
Robert Malechka, the PRI Hoosier 500 winner in December. Started from the pole, won the race, the last major checkbox that he's been needing for his career. We are cautioning Antonio Estrada and Gilson in the turn 1 wall. Let's see what happened as they reached, and again, this is new tires. Anna holds the line to the inside. She could just do what, and he makes contact with Anna. Oh, and Ty. Oh, no. A bad day for Alliance drivers. 3 in that incident. Hollenbaugh in it. Taikula in it.
Oh, man.
It's not my fault. I didn't jinx him. I swear it.
Let's watch it again as they go. I think Anna it's again the restart of the old tires. Anna's down on the bottom, trying to stay out of the way. She realized that the new tires, really probably realized at the start, it's like, oh gosh, the tires are that much of a difference. And there's just a little contact on the inside, tries to react, goes to the inside, Gilson there, and it just all chain reaction happens. And
Gary,
unfortunately, Matt Hollenbaugh was in the wrong spot at the wrong time as well. Go ahead.
Who has breathed new life here? Mason Mitchum. He will have the opportunity to bolt on his last pair of fresh tires and fix his front wing. Let's see if he can go from the back to the front, where he has been all race long.
And again, thank God this is a sim. That would have been cockpit first into the retaining fence. Aero screen or no aero screen, that would have been gnarly wreck. A gnarly wreck.
Yeah, bad for the drivers and the race fans that likely would have been peppered with debris there at the end of turn 1.
So 7 to go. Mason Mitchum does come to pit road. He goes up on the jacks. Anna Klimek coming to pit road as well. She will beat out because of the wing repair that Mitchum has. He might have some other optionals there because he did hit the wall. Now there's a new wing. He's on. And in real IndyCar racing, they would do that on the racetrack. They would, if you had a damaged wing, they have a spare wing in the pits that they were able to snap on. It's just quick release snaps, quick release screws. For Robert Malechka, still your leader right now. Brendan Trost second. Indy Kirkenbauer now third. Hot Fuzz in fourth. Primetime John Stellard is in fifth. Guillermo Miguel in the Marlboro livery. He's up to sixth. Joe Robert making his debut on the Top Split broadcast in seventh. Crash Neon, the best name, and I'm telling you, Justin probably regretting that he's not here tonight. This is one of his favorite drivers. Crash Neon in 8th. Richard Vasquez in that Tony Stewart livery that has raced here before at Texas. That is in 9th. Trace Shadid is in 10th. And there you see the new drivers, the new tire drivers of Anna Klimek and Mason Mitchum back in 11th and 12th. As Tristan Fortson is going to the back of the pack here as we are shuffling to everybody on the lead lap forward. Robert Malechka is going to be your leader. We're going to go green with 5 to go. Once again, if you're just joining us, you're watching P1's coverage of Championship Tuesday. It's round 12 of 12 of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split coming to you from Legacy Texas Motor Speedway, where currently Robert Malechka has dominated this day. He's led most of the laps, started from the pole, and currently leads with, we're taking the green flag with 5 to go. He'll take the green flag with 5 to go. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. Also, don't forget your commentary team by sending a donation via our GoFundMe campaign. Link is in the description. It is also pinned in chat. We certainly would appreciate it. This is the final race of the season. It's coming down to these final 5 laps. And these top 3 drivers, Robert Malechka won everything in IndyCar. Brendan Trost has won everything in IndyCar. And Indy Kirkenbauer, he's won everything in Indy Next, and now he's looking towards IndyCar, and he is on the way up. This is going to be a great shootout by 3 drivers that have a lot to play for here in the final race of the season. 5 to go. Green flags out. It is Malechka, Trost, Kirkenbauer into 1, and they are all in each other's tire tracks.
Malechka's going to glue the left side tires to the white line and not leave an opening for Trost or Kirchenbauer, but Hot Fuzz sees the opportunity, and he pulls his red car up to the high line to move himself into 3rd alongside Kirchenbauer.
Indy just needs to keep that car pinned to the bottom. At some point, Trost has got to go to the outside, unless he does something like he did last week where he goes, something to the, we saw something on the apron. If he's going to do something like that, that would be very interesting. But Kirchenbauer leaves the bottom, and I think that's a mistake because here comes Stellard.
I don't think so, Gary. You can pass the leader from lane 2 and snipe them right at the line if you time the run just right. So we'll see if anybody can do it. I know Trost has been, look at him, lag back right here. He's going to build up a huge run for the back straightaway.
Here's Kirchenbauer to the bottom side. And here Trost on the high side, and he's going to stick it there. And we're going to be like this for the next 3 laps. This is how we're going to finish right here, side by side. I thought Trost was going to be able to fight it out a little tougher on the high side. Now 2 to go. He's going to have to recharge. Stellar takes a peek to the inside. Bottom 4, all nose to tail on the bottom. And here comes Hot Fuzz on the high side. He's bringing Joe Robert with him.
My God.
Crash Neon in the picture. Here's a lot of names we don't see up at the front, and they're going to be a player here in the final race of the season. Hot Fuzz on the high side. White flag in the air.
Malechka's going to protect the bottom. We'll see who gets the good run coming out at 2. Gary, call us home.
Trost has got to go to the bottom. That's about the only opening. There's no room to the high side. Otherwise he's going to have to stay in place and take the loss in 2nd spot. But it's going to be that way because he's going to wash up the racetrack. Here comes Malechka. I don't think Trost is going to be. Whoa!
And
Truce got him!
That was the move. It was build the run on the backstretch to the start finish line. Just lead for 7 inches. It's all you need. It's all that Brandon Trost did.
Call me surprised. I did not think he would do it, but he did. Brendan Trost gets the win. Apologies on the overlay. We were showing the last lap turn. We should have brought up the intervals. I got it up now, and there you see 12 thousandths of a second for Trost over Malechka. We got to watch that again. Here we see them on one of the drone cams, and this is coming to the start-finish line. Actually, this is down the backstretch, sorry. There you see the lines denoting the backstretch. And I thought right there I saw Trost wash up just a little bit. But maybe he used that wash up, maybe he slowed down and used that to recharge and then to execute. And then here's the run on the high side. And I'm not going to be able to get a good shot here of the flag stand. We'll try it again here. Let me back it up just a little bit. Here they come off the corner, and we will see the margin of victory and see if I can pause it here just at... That's about as best as I'm going to be able to do for you, folks.
T-L-O-S-E spells close. And that's what it was.
And what it is, it's basically the entire front wing assembly from the connection point forward is the margin of victory. That is the margin right there. There you see another shot. If we can find any other camera shots, and then we'll get into the interview room. That's about the best that we're going to get right there. Is we'll go back to that TV tower shot right there. Yeah, there we go. Maybe the fan cam. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the best cams for IndyCar racing here, so we don't have all of the close shots that I would really like. Let's go back to the flag stand. There we go. Yeah, that works right there. But let's get in tonight's final results. And winner by 12 thousandths of a second. And I'm going back and looking at our previous 4 races, and that is the closest finish in the last 4 races here. The last closest finish, actually, Clindy, was you and Seb, 19 thousandths, so that beats that one. Fazaro comes home in 3rd, Kirkenbauer 4th, Crash Neon 5th, Anna Klimek 6th, Joe Roberts. And this is not his first start. I realize he's made another start before now, and he gets into the top 10 here for Joe. So a good showing for Joe. He comes home in 7th. Primetime John Stellard. Clindy, another top 10 for John Stellard, and that's pretty critical on your career path here in iRacing and these official races. Just building up consistent finishes, and this is another top 10 consistent finish for John. This is just kind of building on things for him.
But he learned a lot today. He went up against some of the best, held his own, came out with the top 10. You can't ask for much more when you're basically a rookie in the series.
Gary Miguel in the Marlboro livery in 9th, and Trey Shadid in 10th. Then we got Richard Vasquez, Mason Mitchum. Didn't really get much with those new tires. Tristan Fortson 13th, Ty Quilla 14th, Elijah Gilson 15th. Then we got Holland Ball, Antonio Estrada Povolonis, Tanner Richards, Adam Blocker. Again, these all drivers that had issues at some point during this race, and they were running much better than this final result shows, and that is your 20-car field.
We've got our podium in the interview booth. Whenever you're ready for him, Gary, let me know. I'll bring Fuzaro up first.
And by. Need to queue up some replays. All right. Let's cue out the music and let's get the reactions from these drivers. And joining us in the booth is Jose Fazaro, another podium finish this season. We get him on the program. Jose, Hot Fuzz, congratulations, my friend. A P3, and really, you weren't in the running until the end there, and then all of a sudden, here's Jose.
Hey guys, what's up, my friends? We are here again. Yeah. So sorry. I'm very, very, very happy to be here, and it's so difficult, but we are here again, my friends.
We'll talk about your race. You kind of started off in the back of the pack and very patiently worked your way forward, and a late pit stop, threw some new tires on it, and all of a sudden there, when it's time to go racing at the end of these short races, you had yourself in a position to get on the podium, if not look for the win.
Oh man, the race was very difficult for me, but I had a patience, and I'm extremely happy with the result. I want to sincerely thank everyone for Juventus Club, my new team from Brazil, and for the support, and also my friends and the partners who are always pushing me to improve. But I'm very, very happy to be here again, and I want to be here more and more and more. I would like to say thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I'm very happy, and I need to sing a song for my friend Beto Sousa. Do you know Beto Sousa? Beto Sousa!
Beto, yes.
Yes, Beto Sousa is very guys. Oh, my friend. Cadê você? Estou aqui pensando. Fizemos a última viagem. Oh, man. Thank you, guys! Yes!
Jose Fazaro, congratulations on the P3. It's our own version of Helio Castroneves as he celebrates. And gosh knows, if he gets a win, I bet you one of these days, if he does, and when he does, he's climbing the fence in a virtual sense. Jose, congrats, and thanks for being here. Enjoy the time off, and we'll see you when we start next season here in a couple of weeks. I tell you what, as podium celebrations go, guys, I think that is one of the best ones we've ever had. Lewis, can you remember anyone more happy?
No. Actually, no. To be honest, no. I don't remember anyone than him, actually.
Oh, well, let's bring up King Robert, and here he is. Good to have you here, Robert. A dominant day, just getting nipped at the line. It's just one of those races here at Texas. Talk about your race. It was, pretty much just you up front the whole time until that sprint to the end there.
Yeah, honestly, I'm more annoyed at qualifying than the race by a wide margin. I didn't really ever time it out in Q, and had to leave. I left too late and had to launch really, really, really early. So, what I think I did 3-2-1, and there's usually a high 2 in that. So, I mean, that's what I was going for. And when I left it too late, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna miss this. And I think I made it by a half a second, if that. So, yeah, I mean, race was decent. I mean, I wish the tire work kicked in quite a bit earlier, because I think that's when the racing gets really good. Or else you just kind of see that it's really packy. But yeah, just kind of showed out in the lead, didn't really push it. Whoever was on my outside, giving me plenty of room to move up if I needed to, and which I always appreciate it. Excuse me, and it saves us from having maybe causing incidents behind us. So yeah, then at the end there, it's just how much do I want to risk? I guess I knew it was going to be really packy. And I'm lifting probably 15-20% just to keep those guys side by side. And it's I know it's end of season, a lot of these guys are racing for points. So do I want to lift even more and just keep them side by side, but cause crashes, or, make sure everyone kind of lives? And chose to keep everyone alive there. So probably lost me the race, but it's just, with these hybrid games, leader coming to the checkered is most likely not going to win. So I'm glad I lived and glad everyone lived, and hopefully we put on a good show.
And again, I want to thank you for being a good community representative for us on behalf of the iRacing IndyCar community and the oval side of things. And helping out with the schedules and everything for coming up for next season. We look forward to next season and the schedule that you helped put together. Do you have any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess first on what you said at the beginning, I mean, obviously I appreciate it, but, you know, it's been, I think, a long time coming for the, I guess, type racing we're getting. You know, for a few years, few seasons there, we had just pack racing, it seems like, every track, and you know, thankful for iRacing with working with us, and you know, we're able to push some pretty big updates these last few seasons, and I think the racing is becoming really, really good on these 1.5 milers, which always brings the participation and the viewership. So, yeah, you know, good for I think Adam showed up. He didn't really have a fun time, to be honest. Yeah, I think he did 2 laps before, and then he binned it. So I guess he's just, you know, still talentless. But thanks for Phil being, I guess, a crew chief for half that race, cheering me on. But yeah, hopefully it was a good show.
Thanks, Robert. We appreciate you being here and everything you do for the community. Hope to see you more now that the Pro Series is over. But until then, enjoy the off week, and we'll catch you the next time whenever you climb back in the cockpit.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Take care.
And he's out. Let's go down to the next car. And it has been a while since we've had this guy in here, but here he is. Winner tonight, Brendan Trost, win number 1,260 something, 70 something now. I'm not sure. I have to go back and get the total count, but man, congratulations, and what a run there to the end. I'll be honest with you, man. I'll be honest with you. I thought you weren't going to do it. We saw it kind of push up a little bit there in 3 and 4, and I don't know if you were just using the banking or something to your advantage and just recharging and getting in position for that hybrid deployment on the front stretch, but you nipped them by 12 thousandths of a second. Congratulations. Great run.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it. So that's why it looks like I wasn't gonna. You know, I didn't really expect to get clear in turn 3 of the guy that was in third. I think it was Jose. And when I did, I was like, oh, now I have to make this move. But I hadn't planned for it. So yeah, it was definitely an exciting finish.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've had you here. It's good to have you back. And this is one of those races that we were talking at the beginning about the undercut, and actually it didn't really come into play because there was a caution right at the middle, midway point, right at 35 laps. And were you going to try to do the undercut again? Because normally we were saying that if anyone attempts the undercut, normally it's you. But we've seen you burn by it a number of times. Was that going to be in the cards tonight, or were you actually going to stick it out up front, or kind of what was your plan now that you won the race and secured the win? I mean, it's no big deal.
The plan was an overcut, actually. I was gonna run. I was in field map 5 the first run. That's part of why I lost so many spots. My plan was to run as long as possible, hope that there was a caution from someone wrecking on pit road or something, and then cycle to the lead, or cycle with the freshest tires, and then either have the freshest tires for the last run when the yellow came out, or, you know, something along those lines was my plan, but I don't know how other people were going to play it.
1 lap tonight is what you led. The one that matters. Congratulations. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go.
Well, I'll shout out everyone in the community. It was a pretty good race overall, a couple mistakes, but pretty clean. And it's been fun racing again this season. I haven't been on in a little while, and for the most part, been good racing.
Well, it's good to have you back and all your experience. Congratulations on the win. Next week's the off week. We'll see you back in a couple of weeks when season 2 of 2026 kicks off in earnest. But until then, man, congratulations. Go enjoy it, and we'll catch you at the next one.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to next season. I think I'm going to go for the championship that season, and we'll see.
All right, he's throwing down the gauntlet. He's calling a shot. Brendan Trost, winner tonight by 12 thousandths of a second over Robert Malechka.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Well, gentlemen, Clindy, we normally say when Nick Sudik is in the booth, it's only bangers. But tonight we got a banger here at the end. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect the close finish. I thought he might have missed the line there in 3 and 4, but shows you what I know sometimes. Probably make a better broadcaster than a driver at that point. Just shut up and call the action, Gary. But a very impressive finish by Brendan Trost. The season's now done. You are the champ, and Brandon's calling a shot for next season. Final thoughts on everything at the end of this season. Another championship for you and a close race tonight here for the top split.
Yeah, maybe when I'm in the booth, we'll get only shootouts. That was one heck of a finish there. And Brandon, I think he used that excess speed, right? He went up the track to gain that speed that he was able to use to create the overtake, right, coming to the line with his the hybrid and the push to pass and everything, or the hybrid and the draft window. But that said, we're gonna have a lot of tough competition next season. I'm sure, Rob and Jacob Oster and some of the power slide drivers will show up more often because pro is over. Of course, you've got myself and all of the Alliance drivers. We're all very strong here in fixed oval contention, and we've got some up and coming bright stars, not only from the Votive Racing team, but from Taylor Mills Racing, and then from Jose's new team as well. I didn't quite catch the name, but he and a lot of his compatriots have been out there in that crimson and white scheme, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of them on Tuesdays next season.
Lewis, another season in the books for us, my friend. It's always good to have you here. Any takeaways from this particular season, and anything you're looking forward to next season for?
Well, Glendy won the champion. To be honest, I thought it's going to be Matt Halliwell to win the champion. In the end, I thought to Anna Klemek to maybe be the first lady in the lineup winning the championship. Anna Klemek won the Open Series, so I don't see any ladies in the standing winning the championship around. Maybe Alexis Newsom, but Alexis in the Open Series finished second or third in the championship, so it wasn't close for her. So congrats to Clendy for the championship. Good to have him back in there after the dramatic last season, losing by the race he never expected to lose in, or fighting, still fighting for the championship and the super speedway, the iRacing over the Seb Alexander in just one race. That's the most dramatic I can see in the last. So, but to the next season, well, I think with Cross talking about to come into the championship, it could be, who knows, have another battle with a lot of barbecues around with others. So it's gonna be really interesting to see him around in there. So yeah, not much to say. Tomorrow we have the IIS from Phoenix at 8 p.m. So I hope everyone can show up around to see that race. It's gonna be you, El Patron, and I in the booth. And also, don't forget about this Sunday. We come back again with the body from Milwaukee, same time, Sunday, 8 p.m. So see you there. And yeah, next is coming the NXT from Pocono, the last race. And then we have Kansas for the Area 51 at 9:30. So I hope people still around and watching all this race. So see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. from Phoenix.
Yeah, and on top of that, I want to thank everybody that has been watching our streams, whether the algorithm brought you here or you're just a regular viewer. We've had some great numbers over the last couple of weeks. Thank you very much. Best way to help our channel is, if you can't donate, just subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the network here, and that will do us the best possible help. And throw us a like, too, as well, if you can. These guys have definitely earned it tonight here. So, again, I want to thank everybody for helping us with the growth over the last couple of weeks. And I think the algorithm has played a big role in that. But you guys all at home, thank you very much for being a huge part of it. We're going to take a week off, and we'll be back in a week starting off at Homestead for the next round of the next championship. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Legacy, Texas. Brandon Trost, winner by 12 thousandths of a second over Robert Malechka. A shootout of the big dogs up front. I cannot. We have to go back and count how many combined wins those two have, but I gotta imagine that's that's over 1,500 wins for sure. I would imagine it's probably closer to 1,600 or 1,700 combined wins for those two. And one tonight here for Brandon Trost. Robert Malechka second, and Jose Fazaro. Man, if he didn't sound like Helio Castroneves celebrating in victory lane or on the podium, I don't know what did, and that's awesome. And I like seeing that, and I like hearing that, and I hope we get more of them back here again because I love the enthusiasm. Best interview that we've done in a very, very long time. And congratulations to Clindy. Kyle, congratulations on another championship. Wear it well. Another belt for you, and of course, you know, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and everyone's going to be looking out for you next season.
Yeah, that's why I didn't race tonight, right? No one could be the man because they couldn't beat me. But yeah, next season I'll look to go back-to-back for the first time in my career and get chip number 3. We'll see.
Lewis, does he have to do the woo when he says to be the man? To be the man, you got to beat the man. Does he need to do the woo?
No, it's only one man.
Only one man. Okay, all right.
It's only one woo for him.
Only one woo.
Only one person can do the woo, and it's a Ric Flair. But he should be create something special for that break. But yeah.
All right, well, join us again in 2 weeks for round 1, week 1 of season 2 of 2026 of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split as we go to Homestead Miami Speedway to start this all over again. Coverage will begin around, thank God, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. We go through a time change and we go back to the 8:15 time slot. I don't have to throw down dinner all at the last minute to get onto these streams. I got a little extra hour. I can let my food digest, thank God. So 8:15 p.m. Eastern time for you, myself, and everyone else. Remember, as always, because it's a new season and we're going through a time change for the correct time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/P1 Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but not easy, require time and money to produce. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and have enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description. It's also pinned in chat. And donate to our 2026 broadcast fund. Tonight is the last chance you have to donate for this season. So we realize times are tough. Any contribution we greatly appreciate it. We thank you for watching and making us part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below to let us know you thought of tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing the like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so to miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including right now, it's iRacing Indy Next Oval Series currently underway at Pocono. Followed by round 7 of season 20, one of the longest running IndyCar leagues on all of iRacing. It's the Area 51 IndyCar Series as they tackle, I think they're going to Kansas Speedway. That's going to be a banger. So you'll find the Indy stream live on our channel's main page right now. It just went live, or stand by and be redirected. And if you have autoplay enabled, you'll be redirected to that feed at the completion of this stream. And then stick with them, and you go watch Area 51 at Kansas immediately following them. So triple header tonight. Don't miss it. Promotional consideration paid for by the following. I want to say Simrat Market. They've been with us for the last couple of seasons. The last race they're going to be with us. I want to thank them for being a big part of the broadcast over the last couple of seasons. They're your go-to source for iRacing paint templates and broadcast resources. From clean base liveries to pro-level design assets, Simrat Market, it's everything you need to build your brand on track. Visit simratmarket.com. For the final time, download Customize Race. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook. You can follow on X and Instagram. Links are in the description. For business inquiries, to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. You can also follow all of our social links. They're on Linktree. You can check those out in the description. So for Justin Petschauer, who is not joining us tonight, had a birthday party he had to go to. So happy birthday to himself or his friends. I think it was a family birthday. Happy birthday to them. Luis Gonzalez Nunez, Clindy, our champion. Everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gatto saying good night. Thanks for watching. To all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, and especially those in the skies over the Middle East right now, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again in 2 weeks. at Homestead for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split right here on P1. Stand by for Indy next from Pocono. We'll see you, and congratulations once again to Clindy, our season champion.